Hey, Jenny here from the Proven Group, and I'm here with Warren Ballantyne. Warren is the founder and director of Gutter-Vac. Warren, do you want to introduce yourself and share a little bit about you?
Sure. My name's Warren Ballantyne. I'm the founder and CEO of Gutter-Vac and Ballantyne Safety. We have a couple of companies. My background is plumbing. I did a plumbing apprenticeship with the state government. In those days, the Department of Public Works. I've completed a plumbing apprenticeship, got married not long after, and then started in business for ourselves. And that was some 48 years ago. We developed Gutter-Vac because of a need with our plumbing business, and the plumbing, we were cleaning gutters by hand, and it was just we were finding undesirables in the gutter, and safety was an issue. So we developed a vacuum system. In my backyard, we had a barbecue. My brother came over. We had 2,000 beers, and we went, you know what? We need to vacuum this, not do it. So we developed it, and that's how it happened. And originally, it was simply to have a second little business my brother could operate. We'd be involved in. We'd both, find it financially advantageous. But then we decided to franchise it. So that pathway took us about 4 years to develop. We did that. And then I moved away from plumbing and wholly into Gutter-Vac. So
Love
we're now.
Warren, you're really passionate about franchising and about the quality systems that franchising bring alongside it. Can I ask you, when we're talking about leadership in franchising, and we're looking, we're living in a pretty interesting, uncertain world, and who knows what tomorrow brings. What do you see as the most important skills that leaders need taking them into the future?
Be adaptable. I mean, really, if you're not open to adaptability, new ways, could you imagine we would still not be using the internet if we stuck with what we started with? Because when we started Gutter-Vac, there was no internet. It was, pretty primitive when you think about it. So faxes were the big thing, and that's what we used. I think adaptability, flexibility, and a lump of empathy. You've got to be able to look at people, see what they're trying to do with their lives, and see if you're going to fit. Now, if you're not going to fit, I think, to be honest, you've got to say to those people, look, this went on for you. So I think that's important. Flexibility, clearly, things like Facebook and TikTok and, all the other social media platforms. I still remember the ad, Jan, not happy Jan. But Gutter-Vac, there was no gutter cleaning ads, headlines or headings in the yellow pages for 20 odd years of our existence. It didn't exist. So we've always been flexible in systems. We've always been open to new technology. We're still doing it. We're now automating a lot of our stuff. Yeah, I think that's the secret. Flexibility. I think empathy is a big piece of him. You've got to have a big lump of that somewhere in your business.
So agree. And I think in franchising, franchising is all about people. It's all about relationships.
It is.
And, we need to demonstrate that empathy. So
it's all about sharing. Franchising could have another word, and it's sharing. I mean, it really is. It sounds a bit philosophical, doesn't it? A little bit, who is this guy? But it is. It's sharing. If you're not willing to share in franchising, it won't work.
So important.
Yeah.
Warren, can I ask you, who's inspired you in your career to be you?
Oh, that's it. When you asked me that a few minutes ago, I thought, how am I going to answer that? Look, I can't nail it down to one person. I've been inspired by a dozen people through my life. And I'm a firm believer that people come into your life for a reason. And sometimes you pick up on it. I mean, I'm a slow learner. So I've had a lot of people come into my life and sort of direct me, and I've ignored it or I've pushed it away. And then later I thought, bloody hell, what have I done? So, I've had a dozen people come into my life and inspired me to go in certain directions, and they've always been the right direction. And then I look back and think, well, that was because of them. So I couldn't, I could give you 10 names, but and then people come in and out of your life, and sometimes you wonder why. I think if you're open to that sort of mindset, you'll go, well, they've come back in for a reason. So maybe I should have a listen. So I'm nearly 70, so I'm starting to listen more now.
Love it, love it. Warren, franchisees, franchise partners are the cornerstone and central component of any strong franchise system. What do you see as the most important skills to ensure that a franchisee is successful, profitable, and really happy in the franchise?
Okay, so I'll just start with, without franchisees, there's no franchisors, and there's no industry. So where's the chicken and the egg? This is an easy answer, this one, and that's the franchisee encompasses that. I think what the franchisor's got to have, and I know I've said it before, it's got to have empathy. You've got to understand people, but I think you've got to have a model that allows these franchisees to have autonomy, independence, but they know, it's like a child at the beach. They're allowed to go down to the water and they're allowed to go in and have a swim, but they know mum's up there on the beach or dad watching them. In case they get into trouble, they'll come down and save them. I think that's what franchisee relationship should be. It's that simple.
I really love that. Can we just get into that a little bit more?
Sure.
Support. I think, to me, this is the strength of franchising, isn't it?
Yeah.
That, you're not actually by yourself. So you're running your own business. Of course, you've got control of your destiny. However, you've actually got someone who has oversight of lots of businesses just like yours who can be there to support you. Can you just talk about that support a little bit more?
Certainly. And I suppose the thing about franchising is that there's so many different levels of people through a single franchise. So we're in a service industry franchise where you jump up on the roof and vacuum clean gutters and 9 other services, but that's beside the point. Every one of those people need different support from us. And the good thing about that is that if you've got your doors are open and they feel like they can come and have a chat, or you create a channel where they can chat, then it's really easy to support them. So we have a lot of systems here, and the systems are up and down systems. So that's what you do, that's how you report, that's how you do it. But we also have some other systems where they're not stringent. So if you've got a problem with something, you come in and ask the question. We have a thing called Energy Group, which are weekly or monthly meetings where all the franchisees can come in if they want to, Teams meeting, have a chat. The good thing about that is they can talk about anything they like. It's so powerful that it takes away. There's no, there's no reason on our system or any system where there should be any animosity, because they can ask for the support and they get the support they need. That's it. I sort of can't make it any clearer than that. I mean, because out of, if we've got 200 people we're involved with, and that works from employees through the franchisees, every one of them can have a piece of what we've got. I
love that. I think that message really resonates because it's at the centre of franchising, Warren. Can I ask you, on the other side of it, are there certain attributes and kind of personality traits and skills that help a franchisee be successful in that kind of sharing environment?
Yeah, absolutely. The most important thing is customer service. If they don't have some commitment to customer service, just don't do it. Go and get a job at Woolworths and pack shelves. I'm afraid it's customer service start to finish. So I don't know of any business or franchise business where it's not customer service. So whether you work for the RSEQ on their call centre or work for, Gloria Jeans in a shopping centre selling coffee, it's exactly the same business. It's just different product, that's all.
So true.
Yeah, I think the answer is pretty simple there. It's customer service, first, second, and third. That's it. That's what it's about.
I think that's why you are where you are with Gutter-Vac, with that customer centric focus. So thank you, Warren, for joining me and sharing your experience of franchising and the amazing work you do at Gutter-Vac. And yeah, look forward to speaking to you soon.
I don't do as much as everybody around me.
It's the best kind of business.